Hello, beautiful people. It's a beautiful evening here. And I had this very quick inspiration to record a video and talk a little bit about some idea that came to me. It's an idea for an example. It's not an idea for a realization or knowing or a truth, but an idea for an example of a specific truth. So there is somebody that sees through those eyes, right? There is awareness that sees through those eyes. There's like focus. There is like uh, basically one is cognizant, right? When they look through those eyes, but who is that sees through those eyes? Who is that really? Because we are aware, and this I we call we call me, right? And this same I has been existing since the very first moment you were aware. And since then, it's always been I, it's always been me, and you've never, ever, ever mistaken this I, this sensation of I, for anybody else, for anything else as well, right? So it has changed in terms of what it thinks, how it sees the world, what perception it holds, what beliefs it holds, right? The emotions as well, the emotional content has changed. But the I has always been the same, right? It's always been me. Doesn't matter if it was me 5 years old or it was me 15 years old or 30 years old me. It's still me. The essence of this I is there. It's still the same thing. Yeah, we're thinking in a different way. We've come to different conclusions, but this is thinking. And we know that thoughts change, right? Thoughts change. Perceptions of the world according to thoughts and feelings, because this is what creates the perceptions, they change, right? But the I, the me, that is experiencing this, that we call ourselves, this I-ness, M-ness, me-ness, selfness, has always been there and is there. It's there right now. This is the I that sees through those eyes, and the I that is aware of everything, that is aware of what is outside, what is inside, what thoughts are there, what feelings are there, right? If it's light outside, if it's dark outside, what kind of sensations the environment around us carries with itself, right? Holds, and the body, everything basically. But this I is also dreaming. When our bodies fall asleep, this I starts dreaming, and we find ourselves in different scenarios as different people, but the same I is still there. The same I. Sometimes, I'm having dreams of me being a woman, or me being a child, or an older man, or an older woman, or a kid, whatever. Sometimes I'm not even human, and I know this. In the dream, I know it. I'm not aware that I'm also Mitko. In the dream, I'm aware of being something else. But it's still I that is aware. And what is interesting is that when we wake up from those dreams, we usually say, I was something else, right? Or I dreamt about something else. And it's always I. It's always the feeling of I, the sense of this self, not the body, but the self that sees through those eyes. Because even during dreams, we see through some eyes, or we have some perception. We have like some awareness, like visual awareness and perception. And it's very interesting because in a lot of those dreams, and this was the idea that came to me as inspiration a little bit earlier today, was that in some dreams, we experience things which we've never, ever experienced in real life. And our bodies, in those dreams, were aware of what we were experiencing in the dream, and we're also feeling exactly what we would feel when we would do certain things in the dream, right? We would feel how it feels to fall from a very high cliff or from a very high floor of a building. And we would feel it during the dream. And we would sometimes feel that we are flying. We feel it and we know the feeling. And I'm asking, if if, as science says, we are this body and we are those thoughts and we are those emotions, who is that knows how it feels to fall from a very, very high building? Who is that knows how it feels to fly in the air, in the sky, in open space like a bird, right? Many of us have had such dreams in which we fly, and we fly like very slowly. We're just hovering over something like a landscape or something. Sometimes we're flying very fast, right? Sometimes we're falling from a very, very high cliff or like a tall building, etc. How do we know those things? How do we know? And we can recall. Sometimes we can recall with like a very specific detail how it feels. And we even remember it in this body, but we've never ever experienced it. So how do we know? Who is that knows? And that who knows is also aware of other bodies, other lives, other people, other events, other circumstances, other earths, other places which we've never been to. Sometimes we have dreams that we are in the desert and we know how it feels, but we've never been in this life. We've never been to no desert. Sometimes we dream that we are men or women, and we in this life we've never been the opposite sex. We've never been it. We cannot be it. It's just how the body is, right? The body that we're occupying now. It's just how it is. So there is nothing strange, nothing abnormal, but we still know. We dream sometimes about it, and we know how it feels. We know how it feels to be feminine, to have the energy, like the feminine energy, the energy of of woman, or the opposite, right? Some women dream about being men, like in their dreams, and they know how it feels. How do we know that? How do we know unless this, which we call I, is much bigger than this body, is much bigger than just this place, is much bigger than what we can conceptualize, it's much bigger than the world itself. For it cannot know the world from all those perceptions if it's smaller than the world itself, if it was not the creative force behind everything. This which is aware, this which, whenever it focuses on something, imagine now focusing on your ear. Focus on your ear. Yep, suddenly you start feeling your ear. Who or what was that focused on your ear? And suddenly you felt it. That was the awareness, the focus of this awareness, right? And it brought attention there. So the same type of attention, imagine that is being brought to different bodies, different people in different times as well. Who knows, right? I'm not claiming I understand that. I don't claim I know it, nor that I understand it. I do not claim that there's even a little bit of insight I can have about it, right? I'm having insight around it, rather, and a direct insight of what it feels to be I, right? Because we all have that. We all have this kind of experience. We all have this observation. We all have this awareness. We all have those dreams. And it's interesting because if we can feel and know how it feels to fly, and we've never flown, or we've never, if we've never fallen from a high building, that means that there is something beyond what we know of the I that is here, and we are a part of it. That means that we are something big, something much greater than what we've been told, and also what we've been taught by modern school system, by modern religion, some religions, by modern science, and so on and so forth. And having this idea of inquiring this for yourself, having this idea of who am I really, or posing this question, just observing, being aware of this that is aware, of the one that is aware, of those. If you focus on the fact that you're aware and you see through those eyes, just to the fact that you see and there is awareness, you would probably start feeling that there is like space in this awareness, not necessarily around you in the room, but space in this awareness itself. That this awareness is not necessarily bound to this body or those eyes, and that it might be seeing through those eyes, right? And experiencing sensations and the physical world through this body and the senses of the body, but not necessarily being it directly. However, without it, we know that there is no life, right? The body might be in perfect health, and sometimes a person just passes away. They die. We don't know why. Maybe something left. This thing, which actually brings life, which energizes this beautiful machine, right? This beautiful creation, this beautiful body, and everything around us. You know, the weather, the earth, all the animals, all the plants, the elements, water, air, everything, right? And it's so vast, at the same time, so beautiful, so beautiful. Because when we go to nature and we really relax, we let go of thoughts, we let go of our jobs, our daily feuds, you know, with coworkers, family, with ourselves. There's peace. There's emanating peace from everything and awareness. Suddenly we are aware of all of that. And we connect. We just forget. Because of thoughts, because of feelings, we forget. And we start believing that we are this which our body feels and what our perception sees as thoughts or images in our minds, right? Perceptions of the world, of who we are, how other people see us, and so on and so forth. And yeah, sometimes it's very good to take a step towards ourselves and just be aware of being aware, right? Calm down, stay with ourselves, not necessarily thinking, not necessarily focused on some feelings that we want to change or are unpleasant, just being. What does it mean to you to be, right? What does it mean being, right? And one day I heard this and I was with closed eyes and I thought to myself, what does it feel to be? And just suddenly I was sensing that I'm aware. And in this awareness, I am I am being without doing anything. And thoughts are just coming and going, but I am. And for me, this was the experience of being. And since then, I've been exploring it, rather staying with it, because there is nothing to explore there in reality. You just be. And it occurred to me that by being, we really connect with who we are. And the right ideas come to us, the right inspiration comes to us, the truth about what we want, who we are, where we should go next, what we should do next. Those things really come from there as ideas, but not those everyday ideas that are you didn't do that, or somebody hurt you, or you should do this better, or you should start doing something else, you know, blaming, self-blame, self-punishment, and so on. But quite the opposite. It's a knowing of what we want. It's such a deep knowing that it feels like just being. And then other thoughts start coming and we might start judging it. Oh no, I cannot do this in front of the people that I know or in front of strangers. I'm going to be judged. What are people going to think about me? Are they still going to be my friends if I share what I really want or how I really feel, etc., with them? Are they going to be my friends? Am I going to really have the life that I think I should have? And so on and so forth. And sometimes when we are in this being, we really know, and there is no question, there is no doubt, there is no concern. It's just knowing, right? And it's the same knowing when we're walking and we feel good about turning right, right? We just feel it feels natural to us to turn right, look right, continue for a little bit because it feels good. It's the same impulse. It comes from the same place. From the same place where all those other impulses of what we really want, of what we really desire, and it feels good to us. And most importantly, it feels right. It feels right. It feels just like that this is, we have this inner knowing of it just being right for us. It's the same impulse. So why would one impulse, okay, I should turn right now because it feels good, be right and correct, and we do it, but oh, I want to post my drawing or my painting, or I want to release my music online, wouldn't be right. But it comes from the same place, the same impulse, the same knowing of what we want to do. It's not even should. It's such a deep knowing that it's natural to just follow it. That's what follows, kind of, and we feel right about it. It comes from our own being. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe we just judge it. Maybe we've been conditioned by society, and so on and so forth. We've been conditioned, and it's fine, right? It's fine to recognize that. It's fine to realize it. It's fine to become aware of it and acknowledge it, and then come back to, oh, I know that that's what I want. I know now that I want to do this and that, be this and that, feel like this or not feel like that. We know it. So I want to leave you with this question of, who am I? Who am I really? Who am I really? How big am I really? And everything that I wish, that I desire, am I already that? Already that? Because it seems like in the dream state, we've been everything. Or if not everything, quite a big portion of everything we've been. So I think that's all for me for now. Love you all, lovely people. I hope this brought some clarity. I hope you got something for yourself from this talk, and explore it for yourself. Explore it for yourself, because the only truth there is lies inside of you. Amazing. See you soon. Ciao.